Okay, so the question is, what do I do if I don't have the phone number? Let's take it back just a step first. In the dealer synergy process, for the outbound phone call, you have the majority of the information. However, there's times when you get an internet lead from the manufacturer, from the website, from a third-party provider that doesn't have a phone number, or it's not the right phone number, right? So let's talk about that for this little video. If you don't have the person's right phone number, the very first thing you're supposed to do, and there's a couple things, is you're supposed to go to the original lead, especially in AVV, because if you guys have the AVV web control system, if you go to the original lead, sometimes the real phone number is in the original lead. It just doesn't parse. It doesn't connect with the lead management tool. So that's the first step you want to do. And what I'll do is I'll dial the phone, and if it doesn't work, I'm literally doing two things at once. If you have the headsets, which everybody uses headsets, I'm calling 411 as I am literally looking at the original lead. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm multitasking because it's not that complicated. Now, let's just say I find it. Chances are I'm not going to see it in the original lead, but I'm going to do that protocol. However, I'm going to call information if I've got their phone, if I got their name. Let's just say it's Sean Bradley in the Columbus. I'm assuming they're in the Columbus area. Sometimes they actually give you the address. If they give you the address in your home, because if they give you the address and it's the right address, they can pull it up from there. If you call information and they don't have the phone number there, I have no problem. You have an email address. Almost always you get the email coming through, right or wrong, to get a lead.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's an incoming phone call. But if it's an internet lead, you have to have the email address. And that's how it gets to you. Unless it's from your website and they give you a fake email address. But for the most part, what I do is this. I cut the email address out and I drop it into Facebook. I drop it into Google. And I find people who are on Facebook who are listed in Google or LinkedIn. Anybody heard of LinkedIn?
Yes.
LinkedIn is awesome. It's a business, social networking, and those people, they have phone numbers on there. Well, yeah, I'm getting my stalk on, right?
No, it was just funny. I'm the youngest one here, and I've never heard of it.
You never heard of LinkedIn?
No.
And Barbara did, and you didn't? That's why you're laughing. I knew it. That's what it was. Barbara?
Barb knows something nobody knows. Tim, did you hear that?
I did. Very good.
So LinkedIn is a phenomenal site. It's like Facebook, but it's strictly business. It's all like corporate stuff. So between Google and Facebook and LinkedIn, and gosh, I'm going to throw on Twitter there's a possibility that you're going to find this person. Now, here's the thing that you want to get at. You can't lose something you never had, but it's also, if you don't take a shot, you're never going to get it. I'm not saying that this is a silver bullet at all. I'm estimating you're going to have between a 25 and 33% connection rate. That means if you don't have a phone number, if you try to turn around and proactively find them on the internet through Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., you should be able to 25 to 33% of the time get another form of contact. Does that make sense? I'll take it. That means an extra 1 out of every 4 people that I don't have a phone number with or have a connection mechanism with, I'm going to be able to reactivate instead of just saying, oh, got nothing there, go to the next one. Take the shot, right? Here's the other thing. What you had asked me, Barb, before is that what happens if you only have the cell phone number?
And no landline.
And say again?
No landline.
No landline, just their cell phone
Just
number.
a cell phone. 'Cause I know a lot of people that do all their phone calls are done by a cell phone.
Right.
And there is no, that I know of, and then maybe there is, but how you can acquire cell phone numbers.
There are, but what I would do is, you don't have to be the FBI. It's not that deep. All of what we're trying to do is get a contact information. All I want you to do is just be professional. And what I mean by that is if you get a situation where a phone number is not viable or an email is not viable, take a shot. And if you don't get that shot, it's okay. Because what I'm looking for is just that extra oomph, that extra stuff that's falling through the cracks.
Information.
If you turn on and you have a cell phone number that comes through, if you have a cell phone number, we could drop it in Google. It might be listed to a business. Ching, ching, ching. If it's listed to the business, you turn and call the business and be able to go through that way. Make sense? Or if their cell phone is registered, through white pages or something like that, you'll be able to find out who that person is. And you could do a reverse lookup through the person's name now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again, the takeaway from this is that you have got to try to put something together. You can't wait again for the prospect to give you a neatly packaged deal. Folks, if it was easy, everybody would be successful. Right or wrong? If it was easy, every internet department would be selling 200 cars a month out of their internet department. If it was easy, every single coordinator would be making X amount of dollars. It's why it's called work, because you have to work at it. You know what I mean? Any questions about this right here? About what to do if you don't have a phone number or contact mechanism? I'll go through it one more time, especially for the video so you can rewind this again. You want to first check, the original lead to see if it didn't parse right. Second, you want to do a reverse lookup through the phone. Okay, you could go to anywho.com or you could call 411 and you could get a reverse lookup. And if you can't, I would turn on and just cut the email address out, pop it into Google, pop it into Facebook, pop it into LinkedIn, and see if you get a hit on it. And that's it. And I actually have a lot of people that do. And follow me on this. The number one form of communication, people, anybody know? Social media. Mm-hmm. Social media is the number one form of communication. So if you've got somebody that didn't give you their regular number, but you found them on LinkedIn or you found them on Facebook, guess what? 50%, Barbara, look at me on this, 50% of people, or actually over 50% of people that utilize social media do so from their mobile devices. Who here uses their cell phone to access Facebook, Twitter, anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five out of the 7 people that are here. That's my point. So can you imagine if you get somebody through Facebook, you don't turn around and say to them, hey, this is Sean Bradley from ABC Motors. I would say, hey, give me a call back. Boom. They get on their phone number, and they're on their cell phone on their Facebook, and there's somebody just, out of nowhere just said, call me back. They send a message, call me back. What are they going to do? If you got someone that said, hey, give me a call, and it's coming through your Facebook, most people on your cell phones, you just press the button, and it automatically calls, right or wrong? Technology is amazing. I'm telling you right now that you can, just by, kind of letting the little strings go, engage a lot more people. And again, to wrap this part up, and then I'm just going to press the red button, is that you need opportunities to do business, bottom line. You need to have people to call or people that you can engage to sell something to. You can't sell something to nobody. The more people you attempt to contact, the more people you're going to get on the phone. The more people you get on the phone, the more appointments you make. The more appointments you make, the more appointments should be confirmed. The more confirmed appointments, the more people show up. The more people show up, the more people buy cars. Again, the final takeaway is that you have got to figure out a way if a way is not available.